what is this? Code of the Duelist.
It's a good set. It's not meant to be revolutionary in a way. It's more like, hey, we made a set to help you guys start off with links.
Yeah, here's some basic bitches links for you to guys use before we start rolling out more of the stuff.
So what we recommend is just get the link monster that you feel like is good for right now.
Yeah.
Don't overinvest in this set.
Yeah, because in this current set, it does introduce like the beginner link set, which is the Cyberus, like Wizards, Secretary.
Pretty much all the Cybers all the cards that support Cybers. So if you get a starter deck, these are meant to help you out more.
Yep. And like Cyberus, and along with that is their I don't think they have a
monster?
No, a link monster.
Cybers? Oh yeah, they do. Isn't it Tropologic Bomber Dragon and Firewall Dragon?
Yeah.
But the thing about these monsters is they are really good, but they're also main character monsters. So I don't recommend buying them at a very high price because they are going to be reprinted.
They will be reprinted, and they will probably maybe get some support or like another alternate versions of them that are just better.
So it's
good to start, but you shouldn't be like investing a lot into like the early Cybers build right now.
Right. And Cybers are pretty much all just they're just the regular support that you usually get. Like I think Cybers Magician Wizard is like the defensive monster. It turns your opponent's monster's defense.
Yep.
And it inflicts piercing. That's pretty good, but it's not that
it's
groundbreaking.
It's kind of like it's like it says, like the very beginner set. So it's like oh, this is gonna be some very basic shit. You're not gonna start off with like, oh, guess what? We have a new link deck, and it's just as broken as the Zodiacs right away. No, they will gradually work towards that.
It's pretty much like with XYZs. We didn't get any powerful XYZ until like 3 sets later.
Yeah. When
they introduced like wind ups and all that.
Yep.
And Shockmaster.
So yeah, so Cypress is a pretty good say beginner archetype as what he has right now. And then the next one is Trickstars.
Trickstars, they mostly just rely on burning. Pretty much every monster just like inflict 200 to your opponent. A lot of people think, oh, it's not a lot, but the thing is, it doesn't do it once per turn. It's multiple times, no matter what. And
yeah. So you just like add up on it.
Yeah. Lilibel, I think like it's like if you draw it or if you added it, you can special summon it right away, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah. That's Lilibel, and like you were interested in building these, right?
No, I was interested in building World Chalice.
World Chalice. Like Trickstars, they're the new Lavalval. Volcanics is what
that trap card is the one that everyone's going crazy for.
Okay, banish your opponent's entire hand, and if you do, they draw the same number of cards. You can banish this card from your graveyard, then target one Trickstar. Oh my god, it has double effects. The first one is broken, and the second one is just like...
They already made dumb combos with it. They, like, drew on Lockbird with it. Because, remember, this card makes your opponent ditch your whole hand and draw.
Yeah.
So when you activate that, just chain draw on Lockbird. He has to ditch his hand, and he doesn't draw back his cards.
Yeah. Or, like, the old school Protector Sanctuary. They don't get extra draws. Normal, activate this trap. It's also like, and also it doesn't have the graveyard effect. Like, oh, you cannot banish it to turn it sand. So activate it, banish there.
Also, what's good about it is that you don't need a Trickstar monster. It's just pretty much just like activate it.
I can just do it
with whatever I have on the field.
And the field card.
They pretty much just add a Trickstar monster.
That's what most new builds have been.
Yeah, they're mostly just add the monster of that archetype.
Like add the thing once per turn.
Also has that Fire Fist card effect that I forgot what it's called. We really need to undress for this, but it has that effect where if you could target one set card on the field and it can't be activated.
Oh shit! It does. And then the next archetype is the Goki.
This is pretty much just a straight up beat down deck. They're all pretty big.
Like they can be
monsters.
They can become big dicks, like how Andreas was saying.
But they already are because of their main effects. They all have one same effect, which is good. They kind of have like a floaty effect.
Mm-hmm.
While it's if they're sent to the graveyard, you can add another Goki monster from your deck. But it not. Let's say Riscorpio. If he gets destroyed, you can add any other Goki monster except Riscorpio. That's pretty much their effect. So if Subprex, you can't add Subprex with the other ones, and the same with Twist Cobra.
Cobra. That just reminds me of the Iron Sheik with the coat. Oh no, that's Camel Clutch. What's wrong? What's wrong?
But yeah, they're pretty good. It's just a beatdown deck mainly because they're all pretty big, and pretty much their main Link monster is what helps them out a lot.
Yeah. Oh, forgot to look at the Trickstar Link monster, which is Holly Angel.
Yeah, it just adds more 200. Whenever a monster is special summoned.
Burn. Oh, I could just imagine seeing this with I forgot that. There's that continuous spell card. Every time you burn, inflict another extra 200.
Yeah.
Yeah, that.
But that's what the field card does too. It adds in that to 200. Like even says on the card. Oh crap.
Go from above.
Yeah. Each time a Trickstar monster you control inflicts battle damage to your opponent, inflict 200 to them.
Yeah.
So it's an added 200 every time they inflict. This one does inflict 2 when spell and trap cards are activated. And this one, I think, each time a card is added.
Oh my god, they're almost like the old that old reactor deck from like 5Ds, but a lot better.
Yeah, these pretty much whatever you get punished for anything you do.
Yep. And then the link for Goki is Ogre.
Oh, all monsters on the field lose attack equal to their original defense.
If this card is destroyed by battle or card, if you can destroy one card in your opponent.
This card is like pointing to. So pretty much if there's any monster linked to it, you can just destroy that monster instead.
Yeah.
But here's what makes it really great.
Oh, it can kind of pull like a Great Shogun thing.
Yeah, but the thing is, all the Goki monsters have no defense. So pretty much they don't lose attack. That's why it's like a beatdown deck, because any other deck that has defense, it'll work. But at the same time, have you ever seen, there's not a lot of decks anymore that have like really high defensive monsters.
No, not really.
I mean, you can't really do it to what's it called, Zodiacs. I mean, most of the time they always end up with just zero attack and defense.
And also, you can I'm thinking this is kind of probably not good, but you can probably combo this with Burden the Mighty, decrease them by their defense and level.
Yeah. Also with that new spell card that came out too, the one with has to do with what is that? It's a quick spell play. I forgot what it's called. We have it on the list here.
Is it Gravity Lash?
Yeah, Gravity Lash, because it's pretty much just
it does the same thing.
Yeah, so pretty much you can just keep on like lowering down your opponent's attack.
And also it's a quick play, so you're just like, oh, I already lowered all your monster with all my gimmicks. Attack your monster.
Activate that.
Gravity Lash.
It's a great deck. It's mainly meant for beatdown, and they have a really great spell card. It's pretty much a way better Monster Reborn in a sense. It's a great Monster Reborn for them because it targets two Goki monsters from the graveyard with different levels, special summon them in defense.
And that's fine because you could just go like, oh, let me see, how much does Ogre require?
It needs 3.
Like 2+.
Yeah, 2. Oh yeah, 2+ Goki monsters. But that's if you don't have Gokis, you can just use Link 3.
Yeah.
Link 3 with 2+. Well, technically you have to give up 3 links. So that means you have to give up 3 monsters, but at least 2 of them have to be Goki.
And you can lose your Goki monsters and it's fine, I'll bring it back, and guess what? I already have 2 more. I already have 2 from the fields from the ones that you previously destroyed.
Then you just summon your Ogre.
You can summon for Ogre, or overlay play, tribute play, synchro play, but
it's really good card. It helps out the deck a lot because they don't have anything other than those right now. They don't have any traps or other spells, not even the field spells. So they're still not done yet.
Yeah,
they're gonna get more support.
Yeah, so people already could still make a like a pretty much a pretty solid gimmicky, like decrease your attack build with.
I mean, they are warriors, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're warriors and they're Earth. So you could play what's that?
Double X Vulcan.
And also that new Link monster, Mrs.
This guy.
Yeah, Mrs. Radiant.
Mrs. Radiance.
Yeah, Mrs. Radiant. And if this card is short, you can target one Earth monster graveyard, add it to your hand. So it's a really great card because you could use that.
Yeah, we could run like 3 of your ogres, maybe 1 or 2 of this.
Because it just lets you add it back on card, and that's already good as it is.
Yeah.
I mean, pretty much Zodiacs abuse this card too because all zoos are Earth.
Yep. They could.
Oh no, they do.
Oh shit.
They do.
And then the next archetype, which it's
It's not. It's pretty much. It's another character deck, isn't it?
Like the very four archetype right now is our character deck. Like this is the main character. This is the main
main girl character.
Main girl character, and this
is
like
the side guy character. Pretty much the Joey Wheeler.
Joey Wheeler. No.
Kinda. Well, they always have one Joey Wheeler at least.
I think this guy is gonna be like kind of the right. I haven't seen too much into it.
I don't think he's gonna be the Kaiba. He's not gonna be the Kaiba.
Yeah, but because the main character already has his Joey, the guy who was dabbed.
The one who dabbed in the class. Yeah, he dabbed on the haters.
Yeah, and then and this is what the first bad guy was using.
Yeah, pretty much, Crackling Dragon is the main boss monster,
and he's the one that just I can.
He has the tower effect that any monster lower than its level can destroy it.
Yeah, I can't do shit. And then while this card's in the field, you can make. And he also has the ability to decrease your opponent's attack by their levels.
Yeah, and then burn them with the same amount.
Yeah. Dude, you remember that part in Reigns where it goes like, haha, I decrease your monster attack and burns you. It goes like, nah, read your card.
Oh.
You can't because my life point is lower than what I can be burned.
Yeah, that was actually pretty smart.
Yeah.
Then air cracking storm is pretty much the equip card.
It's it's for any machine.
Yeah.
But
you could tell it was meant for Crackling Dragon.
Yep.
I mean, you can even see Crackling Dragon's back.
Yeah, and even it has the word crackling in it. Air crackling storm.
Cracking. But yeah, they're just there. I guess it's more for fun.
Yeah.
Like if you want to,
you can play an entire play set.
If you really like that weird generic bad guy that came out in the first 2 episodes, do you think he's gonna have more of a role in this?
No, he's faceless.
Oh, okay, yeah. Then he's just
I have
a generic bad guy.
I am feeling like all the bad guys use this.
That's true.
And then we're probably gonna see more support of it because this is technically supposed to be their Blue Eyes. This series is Blue Eyes.
Oh really? I thought it was Topologic Bomber Dragon. Because
Really?
it's also 3000.
I think this is this is the vanilla version, and then that should be the more amped up version.
Because doesn't the main character have 2 boss link monsters, Firewall Dragon and Decode Talker?
Yeah.
Aren't they both 25?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so they changed it up a bit.
Let's see here, and the next one is gonna be
World Chalice. Pretty much the deck I wanted to make. I still want to make the deck. It's not that expensive either, mainly because it's a very combo heavy deck. So a lot of people either A, get scared off by it because it's combo heavy, and B, because it's very combo heavy. If your opponent stops your combos, you're done.
Yeah, and this is you guys only have a small chunk of it right now, so your combos can't really go off until the more support is released.
And also, it relies too much on vanilla monsters. You have to run at least a few of the vanillas. You have to run Crowned by the World Chalice, Beckoned by the World Chalice, and Chosen by the World Chalice.
World Chalice.
And those don't do anything. World Chalice, Guard Dragon. It's pretty much if a monster's effect is activated, when against one of your link monsters that are linked to your link monsters, you can send that card from the hand or field to the graveyard and negate the activation.
Oh, this is basically a ghost and effect veiler.
Yeah.
But only for if the effect is targeting a link monster.
Yeah, it's a good card. If anything, I would run 3 if you're running World Chalice because you're always going to have a link monster no matter what. But it's like I said, it's an alright card. Lee is pretty much the Stratos, pretty much when this card. Normal special summon, add a World Chalice monster. And if it's in the graveyard, I think you could ditch a card from your hand, then special summon it or add it.
Oh wait,
yeah, from your hand to add it to the hand. Yeah. So yeah, it starts off your combos pretty good.
Yeah, and then there was the World Legacy World Chalice itself.
Oh yeah, that one you mostly want to rely on the second effect. When it's
can't really scroll down.
Normal summoned. You could when that card leaves the field, but it has to be normal summon. If it leaves the field, special summon 2 World Chalice monsters from your deck.
And during the main phase, except to this card is sent to your grave, you can banish the card
to add a World Legacy card. So pretty much it lets you have spell traps.
Yep.
That's like the main. That's a 3 of in the deck also.
Yeah. And then the spell cards.
That's the field spell. Pretty much 300 attack. If it's destroyed, you could target 1 World Chalice from your graveyard special summon. Pretty much it replaces one World Chalice.
Whatever you lose.
Yeah.
And then Legacy.
Target 2 World Chalices added to your hand. It's pretty good. Then the trap, banish 1 World Legacy monster from your hand or field.
Pretty good monster. Special summon them.
Yeah, pretty much that's pretty much only good with just World Legacy. That's the only World Legacy. Yeah.
Chalice itself.
There hasn't been any other World Legacy monsters announced yet, so
like the OCG does have more than what we have, but we'll probably get them later.
Yeah.
Like this is kind of like their Goki rematch.
Yeah.
But it's
a trap.
It's a trap, and it comes with a cost.
Yeah, it's. I guess you could run at least 1 or 2, but the thing is, it's too slow. And also, its mandatory area is that you have to have World Legacy on the field. Yeah, while World Legacy's effect is just much better. I mean, as long as World Legacy leaves the field, if it's normal summon, you get 2 free monsters.
And they're I think they have the most Link monsters out right now.
They have 4 Link monsters. They can either just amp the versions of the Link.
Yeah, it's the normal monsters.
Yeah, the normal monster and the dragon. Pretty much. Uknoob or whatever it's called, Duck, special summon the World Chalice monster.
Ib?
Ib. If they're linked to her, they can't be destroyed.
Oh. Just like they're like a free save zone.
Yeah. Then his, I think, is like, it's pretty much tribute 1 monster, pop a monster. It's pretty much like a,
Scrap Dragon?
It kinda reminds me of, Breaksword.
Oh, yeah, Breaksword, yes.
It's kind of like that. Then what is it? Ningirsu?
Ningirsu.
I think that's the one I don't remember the effect. It's like add a card or something like. If this card is link summon, draw a card equal to the number of World Chalice monsters this card points to. Oh, so yeah, that pretty much. Ooh. You just draw as many because
you get 2.
Because you always get a chance to get as many link monsters because of the field spell and all that. So you always get a couple draws off of it.
So, you can use this spec. Once per turn, you can send 1 card from each player's field to the graveyard. If this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can special summon 1 World Chalice monster from your hand.
Yeah. That's probably the best card in the deck.
Because there's drawing power capability, and once per turn, you can just go.
Just send the card. You don't have to target. Just send.
It's alright if I lose one of my cards. That's fine. It just allows me to maybe do just get this prep.
The reason why I wanted to make World Chalice because it had, I don't know if it's viable. I don't know if it works here, but apparently World Chalice monsters, their effect is just pretty much spamming out Link monsters like crazy. Yeah. So there was, when it came out, a lot of people thought, there's a way to loop World Chalice to the point where you could set it to the other Link monster zone. But we don't know yet if that's actually legal. Mm-hmm. A legal move, like blocking off the 2 monster zones with your own monsters.
Oh shit!
So it's like we don't know if that's legal yet.
Oh shit! Oh boy, that's embarrassing.
Yeah. This is the first time we ever used Dueling Book, only because
it's Link.
Yeah, it's the only one that has links.
And then also all of the new cards because with YGO Pro, they're still working.
They're working on the whole Link thing. I think
and adding they're still trying to add They still haven't had all of colors of Duelist yet.
What does what's the other one that's like YGO Pro? Dev Pro? Does Dev Pro already have
I don't know. And plus I can't download Death Row because as soon as I go to their website,
Mm-hmm.
my firewall just pops up saying that it's a dangerous site.
But these are pretty much the last remaining cards.
Yeah. So there's it's basically like
The Dark Light Swarms.
the Twilight Swans.
I think they're pretty cool. I like their artwork.
Like I like the design. Like they just like it's just the normal ones, but with a but with a cool black cape.
Yeah, like they turn evil out of nowhere for some reason.
Like maybe there's a story reason for that, but oh well, we'll never find out because you know
You never actually kind of explains the story.
because when they kind of have a story going on.
You have to get we have to wait for all the cards to come out before we can actually understand the story.
Yeah, and then also they kind of just don't finish it.
You think Dark Worlds has anything to do with it? Because remember, was it what's the dog's called? What the dog Twilight one? Reiku. Wasn't that one like being possessed by?
Oh yeah, brainwashing.
Yeah.
I think that could be it. Talking about brainwashing, there's something I forgot at which Dark World players should have gone
Long ago.
long ago.
Yeah, because that's what's his name again?
Raph,
Yeah.
Grapha or something.
Grapha. Dragon Lord or something.
Yeah, Dragon Lord. Yeah, because like Dark Worlds get us like I remember when they were used to be top tier,
Mm-hmm.
and then they're just like, you know what? No more support. The deck is already good enough until more new decks and
Start popping
stronger
out.
decks just pop up,
Yeah.
and then you can still try to play Dark Worlds, but you're not gonna be making top 32.
Yeah.
You're not,
Well, maybe look at Chamber. It beat Dragon Duels. We just literally saw 12-year-old play with himself right there. Set 5 pass.
yeah, but maybe in Dragon Duels, Dark World brainwashing.
That card should have been released a long time ago. I mean, it needs a lot of stuff for its requirements to go off. Like 3 or more cards in your hand, then you need a Dark World monster on the field.
Bounce back, and then you can.
Then you start doing that, which
Yeah.
I guess it's possible if you have a lot of the. What's the one that summons itself right away? Is it the one with the bow? Is that the one that?
No, it's I think it's like, I forget. I don't know how to say his name, but he's the Vanguard, and then there's also Silver and Gold.
Yeah.
As soon as they get discarded, you can special. But back to Twilight. Yeah,
Jane is pretty much the opposite effect of the original Jane, because Jane is pretty much like it gains attack from the levels. This one forces your opponent to lose attack from its levels.
yeah, and then they only mill when Lightsworn monsters mill.
And they rely on banishing too, like
that's their first line. You can banish one
to activate the effect to like make your opponent lose attack strength.
and then this one like target one,
Banish Lightsworn.
and then you could just target another one except Lumia. They special summon it.
Then
Okay.
Lila is the most disappointing.
Once per turn when a spell's correct card is activated, you can banish one from
From
your
your
hand.
hand to your and then target one face up spell card on the field and destroy it.
It's like, oh, I can respond. I can blow up the card you just set after you activated your Twin Twister to blow up mine.
Yeah, it's the most disappointing one because the original Lila,
Like-
had such a good effect. Pretty much
Yeah, just like
summon, set it to defense, pop.
Yep, and then this one is like, I feel like this one's more like that the whole fuck you didn't win because I popped one of your cards as well.
Yeah, it's disappointing.
Yeah. So it's a lot slower than her original counterpart.
Just play the original. Don't even play that one. Unless you really want deck outline. You're literally trying to make a chaos deck.
Mill your own BLS. No.
I can never get it back.
And there's Raikou.
Pretty much you just banish
And then
one of your one card on the field. It's pretty much like Raikou where it's flipped. But what's good about this one is if it's normal summoned.
yeah,
So
or flip. So there's no set. You just go normal, banish.
yeah, so that's actually really good. It has synergy with the deck because it's pretty much just banishing cards from your hand.
And I don't think it even targets because it just says
Banish one card on the field, so it doesn't target at all.
so as long as condition is met, that's cost. If you can stop it at cost, then you can save your monster. And then there's Punishment Dragon.
I don't know how to feel about that one. It instead of being from the graveyard, it's 4 monsters from the banished pile.
Yeah.
And also, pay 1,000 to
Like
shuffle all graveyard
all cards in the graveyard
and face up.
Banish cards except Lightsworn monsters.
And that's it. It's not anything.
So
I guess maybe if they're playing a deck that relies on graveyard, but
yeah. Or like, oh no, what Lightsworn does to itself. I almost milled myself out. Punishment Dragon.
yeah, but I feel like most Lightsworn decks are now relying on that 60 card thing.
Yeah.
Maybe not anymore now that Grass is Greener is at 1.
Yeah, and also, Lightsworn players, they're kind of fine with that because they're like, you know what? My majority of my monsters are in the graveyard, and I can do some pretty crazy bullshit with it.
And what most Lightsworn players do, they just add the zombie engine in there, and it goes perfectly with it. Because if they mill a Mizuki or a Gozuki or any of the other things, they just come back.
Yeah, they get a free plus. And Punishment Dragon's more like the whole it's more like a really late game thing that you accidentally left that behind.
Yeah, I just noticed.
Like it's a kind of like a real late game thing, which is like, oh no, we're just trying to we're on that final stretch, and I'm running out of cards.
Yeah, and it just helps
Punishment
you out.
Dragon. And then march up to Dark Brigade. Target 1 Lightsworn monster
that has a level. Add it to your hand and banish a number of cards from the top of your deck equal to the original level of that card.
Which is basically saying you can't bring back Minerva.
Yeah. Well, at least we got Minerva now.
Yeah.
But still, this card is, I guess it's good. It's alright. Kind of a huge cost to just banish. But then again, we have Punishment Dragon. But what if you do banish all your Punishment Dragons?
Yeah, like...
Does the other...
Like your Punishment Dragon get, like, milled? Well, maybe we'll find out how we get recovery from that.
Maybe with Twilight Twin Dragons? Oh, I think this is the one that sucks. If you control Punishment Dragon, target 1 Judgment in graveyard, add it to your hand. Then send top 4 cards from the deck to your graveyard. If this card is sent from the deck to the graveyard...
by Lightsworn effect.
You can target 1 Punishment Dragon in your graveyard, add it to your hand.
And then banish the top 4. It's kind of like, hey... It's kind of like, hey, guess what? You get one or the other.
But it doesn't make sense because at the end, if you do, let's say you do use Punishment Dragon's effect, if you do have Punishment Dragon on the field, then you add Judgment Dragon, and you special summon Judgment Dragon, isn't Judgment Dragon just going to pop the Punishment Dragon when it activates the effect?
Yeah. It's just gonna, it will pop, like, Punishment Dragon. It's just basically, it's just saying like, oh, you got a Punishment Dragon in the field, you get a free Judgment Dragon back. Oh, yeah. You don't have one? You have one in the graveyard? Get that back, and then just have it set up for you. So basically, if you have Punishment Dragon, you get a reward. If you don't have Punishment Dragon, you get a reward.
It's a good card then.
But then it relies on if you have 3 of Punishment Dragon.
Yeah. You have to control Punishment Dragon too, which is just...
Yeah. And then there's Twilight Eraser.
You control 2 more Lightsworn monsters.
With the same type, but different names.
Banish 2 from the graveyard and target 2 cards on the field, banish them.
Then target 2 cards on the field, banish them.
That's a pretty good effect. I like the
Yeah.
first one. What's its secondary effect when it's sent to the graveyard?
Like, banish them. If this card is sent from the deck to the graveyard, you can add ones. You can
special summon 1 Lightsworn monster from your hand.
Oh, I grew into Wolf. Good thing I have Twilight Eraser.
Can it be a special summon like that?
Wolf?
Yeah, I thought it was only if it's milled.
I think so. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know yet.
Twilight Claw. Target 1 face-up card you control. Banish any number of Lightsworn monsters from your graveyard. If you do that, monster gains attack. Each monster banished. I don't think anyone's gonna probably play that card.
Yeah, like, no, it's not viable. If you can probably do a gimmicky OTK with Punishment Dragon. Like, you get Punishment Dragon out, activate this, banish everything from graveyard, and then use Punishment Dragon's effect to return it all back.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can probably do that for gimmicks, but it's not something viable.
It's not worth it.
It's not worth it. But I do like the art.
It does.
It does, like, say, like, hey man, this is where they got those Pimp ass capes.
I still need to know why they're wearing cloths now. But let's go on to the next set, which is Rescue Support. Rescue Ferret.
Rescue Ferret. See what this guy does. You can show this card.
I think like you get to add monsters to the link zones, like 2 monsters.
You can show this card from your. You control into deck. Special summon monster from your deck, except.
Yeah, like 2. It has to equal to 6, and then just
you
put them to link zone.
It's just not any amount, as long as it all equals to 6. From your. To your zones at link monster point.
They have their negative effects again, and then like that. I guess it's a great way to summon like.
No, it's a kind of a way to rush the field. Like for example, because like, oh, I have multiple like links zone pointed at. I just fill those spot up with Rescue Ferret.
Then you can just link summon and all that.
Yeah.
It's a good card. It's good.
Yeah, you know what? You could do it if you were running a really low level
deck.
Yeah.
But the 6 kind of restrains it a bit. It'd be cool if it was like Rescue Cat or Rabbit too. Emergency Rescue. This code was released before Code of Duelist came out, but it's pretty much just reveal.
And also, I think it's reprinted in this one.
Yeah. It's just pretty much just showed 3 rescue monsters because I think they all have the same attack.
Yeah,
310.
Yeah.
And 100. So
you can choose one to add, one to hand, shuffle one back to deck.
Then shuffle the rest back to the deck, and that's it. Pretty much, it's pretty much telling you, hey, try running as many of the rescue monsters as you can.
Yeah. I really like the art.
It's
cute.
It is. They're saving a hedgehog. Maybe the next one might be Rescue Hedgehog.
Yes. And Trap Trick Mantis.
It's pretty much it lets you add a Trap Tricks monster. It's another Stratos, because I think they already have a monster that adds Trap Tricks too.
Yeah, it's the Trap Tricks. I think no, like one of them adds Trap Hole, and this is just reverse. Oh, now you get a monster. No, wait, no, I don't think so. Just like you can add a monster. And once per turn, a quick effect.
They can be affected by whole cards.
You can You can target one of your opponent's set, bounce back, and then.
I know, but all Trap Tricks have the unaffected by the effects of whole normal trap cards.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. You can target one set spell, return it to your opponent's hand, which I get. Then you can set your own trap.
It's a quick effect. Like. What's that supposed to mean? Like, oh, it doesn't say either player's turns or as soon as like, oh,
quick. What do you mean if it's a quick effect? It's pretty much like it's like a quick play spell.
Yeah, I know, but it.
Let's say your opponent has a card.
Is it the new replacement for either player's turn?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's pretty much like with Graveyard. They changed it to GY now.
All right.
They don't want to say the whole word anymore. They're getting lazy on it.
And then also, quick effect does like. Make you more aware of the speed spell.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's Orbital
Hydrolander. W normals must be special summoned from your hand by having 5 or more in your graveyard and no monsters with the same name. Okay, once per turn, quick effect, you can send top of your cards from your deck to your graveyard, destroy 1 card on the field. So have at least 2 monsters in your graveyard and no monsters with the same name to activate. Oh.
Oh, crap.
That's
okay. That's
I don't like it.
I think if you just run with that one build Isaiah used to run, the one card Performer Pal.
Oh,
so you just get 1 card of each Performer Pal and you make a deck out of it. If you, this one's really gimmicky.
But extremely gimmicky.
But I don't think it's worth it.
Mm-hmm. No, it's not. Just use a Lightsworn monster. They have almost the same effect. Like the whole send the top 3 cards to the graveyard and
destroy.
I understand destroy 1 card in the field and just use Lila. The original Lila, not the Twilight Lila, but the original Lila.
Like this card does, he is the 3000 attacker, but and it doesn't matter.
Most of the times, attack doesn't even matter anymore. It's just how good they are, how good their effects are.
And then there's
heavy storm duster. Target 2 spell trap on the field, destroy him. You cannot conduct your battle phase the turn you activate this card.
it's basically Twin Twister, but with but less of a consequating
You don't have to digicard.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
You don't have that.
Except you might have to skip your battle phase.
Like you lose the battle phase, but that's fine. You already got like soul charge and I think
That's pretty much the only card I could think of that just ends your battle phase right
like
there.
you don't get the battle phase. It's fine. And there's break off trapple.
Pretty much any monster that isn't in the
When a link monster
in the
is
link
linked
spot, then it gets they get destroyed. So you better have them linked.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it. It's a alright card.
You know what? Yeah, it is. Because they're like, oh, I'm loading up my field. Well, guess what? Like, 3 of those 5 monsters are not safe.
Mm-hmm. They have to at least have only recall. Pretty much you can negate the activation of a monster effect, then your opponent gets a draw card.
It's Dark Briper monsters.
Mm-hmm. I think it's good.
Yeah.
I like how they're returning
Pot of...
Isn't that the one that
like Pot of Desires?
Pot of Desires, and I guess he's getting Pot of Duality.
Yeah. No, he's complaining about how he's like, oh, my Pot of Duality is broken, and the guy's like, oh, that's fine. We can offer you the new
Pot of Desires, which I think is a good card. It's probably gonna be running the new Counter Fairy deck, because it's getting far more support now.
Yeah.
I saw some of the new support is actually pretty good. So.
And then we actually played some of that new support.
Yeah, thing is we couldn't get it off. We still need to fix it up. They need more cards. I think the problem is that we have to rely a lot on we need to set up a lot with that deck.
Yeah. Like we already talked enough about Dark Road Brainwashing, but now for the TCG exclusive, we got Samurai Skull,
which is pretty much Gozuki,
yeah.
but in dark form. It literally is same effect. When this card is normal summon, you can send 1 zombie monster from your deck to the graveyard. The same effect as Gozuki. If this card is face up on the field, leaves the field, you can special summon 1 level 4 zombie monster from your deck. Almost the same effect as Gozuki too, because the Gozuki's it's from the hand.
Yeah.
Oh, this one's from the deck.
Yeah. So basically, if you want 3 of this, you have 3 Gozukis. You have 6 Gozuki hybrids, and then the TCG exclusive new ritual deck.
Revandred, which is pretty much what's that guy's name again?
Spawn.
Yeah, it's pretty much Spawn.
Because look at this ritual card.
Revandred origin. No, I had a wife and now I'm turning into a monster.
No, like I forgot. Like I know, but I remember. Like you can go back to Earth, but guess what? It's already been 3 years and your wife moved on.
Yeah, and also your face is burned and deformed from what happened. We're not gonna make you pretty again. We're just gonna send you back to Earth.
And now you're played by, oh my god, I forgot that black actor.
I know. Yeah, I forgot his name too.
Black Dynamite. But he's really good.
He is.
And
Vendred Hound
Horde. Okay, wait. With this one, once per battle, with this card battles a monster.
I think it's like you can banish 1 zombie monster from your graveyard, and this card gains range attack. If this ritual summon is sent to the
graveyard, you can add 1 ritual spell from your deck to hand. If you do, also send 1
Vendred monster from your deck to hand. You go. That's pretty much it.
Oh yeah, it says add 1 ritual spell, so this can be kind of a spliceable deck.
Mm-hmm. Houndred, I think it's like if this card's in your graveyard, you get discard 1 Vendred card, special summon this card, but banish it when it leaves the field. A Vendred monster ritual summoned using this card. If it gains the following effects, you can only use the effect of Vendred. Hound Horde once per turn. I don't know what the main effect is.
Like summoning this card, it gains the following effect.
Yeah, you have to scroll down.
Wait.
You target one trap card your opponent controls, banish it. Oh, okay, so it just banishes monsters. So it gains down. What does the other one do? Does it have a
Revenant? I think it kind of does the same. Like it
yeah, it gains the effect. Okay.
Okay. This one does monsters.
So pretty much, you kind of want to use those to summon Vendred Slayer.
And then Vendred Slayer just gets like, oh, guess what? I get like 3 effects.
Yeah, because as long as it's the same amount or higher, right?
Yep, as long as it's the same amount.
This card can be used ritual monster. So
Oh, and also banish zombies.
Yeah, what it does is you can
From
use
graveyard.
that from the graveyard instead. So it's really good. And it works also with what's that ritual spell card? The one that lets you add
Pre-prep?
Yeah, pre-preparation of right. You can use that with it.
Yeah.
Because they both mention the card in their names.
Yeah. And then their trap card is
Vendread Reorigin. I like how everything has re in it.
Yeah. Reorigin. Wait, no, this one just summons tokens.
Yeah. And that's it. It's pretty much just to help you summon out Vendread Slayer right away.
And then another
FAs, I'm guessing they're based off of like
UAs, but this time they're on bikes.
Yeah, it's just another version of UAs, but on bicycles this time. So, can attack equal to level? Okay. Unaffected by the opponent's monsters. Original levels are lower than this card's. So you can increase the level by 1 if this card's level 7 or higher.
It just turns into a Dark Law if you use this effect.
And that's if you can hire it up to 7.
Yep. It just becomes Dark Law.
It relies too much on that.
Yeah. And if you're gonna stack him, his defense is kinda
It's okay. It's 18. Oh, one more thing about Vendreads. It's protect the castle deck, so try to protect Slayer.
Yep.
Protect it at all costs. That's probably one of the biggest issues too.
We pour all this investment into you, Slayer. You better do it all. And then Sonic
Maester. Okay, also gains attack equal. Cannot be destroyed by battle with opponent's monsters whose original is lower than this monster. It's the same thing.
Yep. But this one goes, oh, shoot.
Oh man, well at least we saved it this time. We're good. I don't understand why does it do that if we actually do cards though. Is it because it wants us to duel?
Probably.
At least we'll be connected again. This time we didn't mess up. We actually saved it this time.
Yes. Oh man.
So
it just when he becomes level 7, it's just gonna attack twice.
They were right. I remember hearing that these archetype wasn't that good at all. Increase all FA levels by 2. Okay. During battle phase only. Okay. Once per turn, when your FA monster destroys the opponent monster, you could
draw a card.
By battle. Draw a card. If this card destroyed by a card, I one FA monster.
Except for the spell card.
Okay, that's alright. It hires up to 6, and because the card is only during the battle phase though, so.
Yeah. So they just go like, oh, I gain my effect during battle phase. So I have him attack all your monsters. I have this guy banish those monsters I just destroy. And seeing as this guy has destroyed them, I get to draw 3 cards.
What does the last card do?
Downforce. Oop.
Downforce target increases by 2 until end of turn during your main phase up the card.
Okay, increase it by 2. That's it. Oh,
that's it.
Yep. It's all. This just cranks up those levels right away.
Yeah, this new archetype isn't that impressive.
Yeah, but we're gonna talk about these Link monsters because we didn't get a chance to talk about much.
Well, let's start off with the main one, Gaia Saber, the Lightning Shadow.
Yeah.
It's just +2.
It's your vanilla Link monster.
Did you believe that this card is actually secret rare?
Really?
Yeah, it's one of the secret rares.
It's not a bad card. I mean, it's great. I like the Link markers. So
it can be used as the Link monster zone, or it can be used in the main monster zone, and it's actually good because it's pointing in pretty good directions.
Yep. And also I have to say, I kind of like the art. I really like the art. It looks like some weird hybrid of Utopia and Gaia.
Yeah, and also with more cybernetic look to it. It's a good card. What's his attack? 26?
Yep.
Yeah, so it's pretty strong too, so it'll take a while for it to be knocked out. Then Firewall Dragon. You got one monster in the field or graveyard, up to the number of monsters linked to this, and return them to the hand. If a monster that points is destroyed, you can special summon one card from your hand. So pretty much, what's the crazy part about this guy is his effects aren't once per turn.
Oh fuck!
That's why it's really good. And
oh shit! That's like I seen like tons of videos of how people were spamming a shit ton of this guy.
With Grand Soil. They use Grand Soil with it. I don't know what the combo is, but I hear that Grand Soil and Firewall Dragon are like best friends right now.
Oh god.
So this is a really good card, but the problem is don't invest a lot of money into it because it is a main character's monster. So it's gonna have all those reprints. I mean, Dark Magician has how many reprints? Stardust has how many reprints?
And also, like Firewall Dragon already has an alternate art.
So that means we might get an alternate art of it.
Like more alternate arts.
Yeah, so we're gonna get more reprints of this card no matter what. Hell, it might even be a Megaton reprint for no reason, like on the cover of it.
Yeah, you could just go straight for a Megaton. And then
Topologic Bomber Dragon, which, oh man, this card is very mean to your opponent. Pretty much, if any monster is summoned onto its link spots, I think you destroy all monsters, main monster zones.
Also, your other monsters can attack with this turn. Up to this turn, have damage calculation if this card attacked.
Inflict equal to that monster's original attack.
Yeah.
So pretty much, your opponent has to be careful because you can put this on the extra monster link zone, and it actually has a pointer.
Yeah, it points up, and he's like, "This is the only safe spot. If you do not put it there, you're fucked." Because I will blow up everything.
Well, that's actually that isn't the same spot. If it's summoned onto the link monster point.
Oh.
So your opponent literally can't summon anything on that link point.
Another monster is supposed to summon to a zone. Points to. Oh.
And the crazy thing is, you have up to 3 of them. So as long as you summon monsters on those link pointers, you don't have to worry.
Yeah, like you got like 3 out of 2 monsters are safe.
Mm-hmm. So this is actually a pretty good card.
And oh my god, this, to be honest, if you're running out of research, you can totally use this card to stall.
Mm-hmm. But then again, I feel like this is another main character monster.
Yeah.
So be wary of this card too. There's gonna be a lot of copies of it.
Like there'll probably be more reprints, not art, but more just like Topa Bomber Sparkle Dragon or something like that.
Something new.
Yeah.
Topologic Atomic Dragon.
Atomic. Oh. But Code of the Duelist, it's a
good set.
It's a good set for
if you're starting off, and also if you really want to get involved in links. Like it has a good amount of monsters in it to help you out.
The Trickstars. If you want to be a combo heavy link deck, go with Trickstars. If you're just trying to learn the basics of Link, you go with Cybers, and
if you want
Goki as well.
Down deck, Goki. If you want an extremely heavy combo, go with World Chalice. And if you want to be like one of those trolley burn
deck,
type,
it's a Trickstars.
Yeah,
like this set is like really good because like we have 4 archetypes, like 4 new archetypes that's Link. Learn them through this.
Mm-hmm.
And then like I know there was a bunch of extra cards that came in this set as well, but they're not really noteworthy.
Yeah.
They're kind of like a one-trick pony, like Treasure Panda and Zombina.
Is there a Zombina?
Yeah, Zombina. It's just, and then there's like RX.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of gimmick cards in this set. That one that has the spirit spell card on it, the axe one, the gash, whatever it's called.
Like Gravity Lash.
Yeah, Gravity Lash. That one's pretty gimmicky. But overall, this says alright. It's good in a way that it helps out, but it's not very competitive. Well,
not competitive.
Yeah, like it'll help you out start off with a new deck, but don't overinvest in it.
Yeah, because like there will be a lot of newer and better things coming along.
We're just barely hitting the the surface on Link, so we still have a long way to go till we actually get way better support.